Welcome to Easy Driver, the most reliable source of automotive information on YouTube. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. How to troubleshoot electrical problems on your trailer. A well-functioning trailer electrical system isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity. From brake lights to turn signals, these components are critical for safety on the road. Ignoring electrical issues can lead to frustrating breakdowns, unsafe driving conditions, and even costly repairs. Problems often arise in areas like wiring, connectors, or the battery, but with the right approach, most issues can be identified and resolved. This guide will help you quickly figure out what's wrong and get things working again. Understanding the basics of trailer electrical systems. A trailer's electrical system might seem complex, but breaking it into smaller parts makes it easier to understand. These systems are responsible for keeping your trailer lights, brakes, and other key features functioning properly. If something isn't working, knowing how the system is structured and recognizing the signs of trouble can save you time, money, and stress. Overview of common electrical components. A trailer's electrical system includes several critical components that need to work together smoothly. Here's a breakdown of the most common ones. Wiring harness. This is essentially the nervous system of the trailer's electrical setup. It carries power from the tow vehicle to your trailer's various components. If there's damage or corrosion here, your system can't function correctly. Connectors. These are the plugs that link the trailer to the tow vehicle. Commonly in 4, 5, 6, or 7 pin styles, they transfer power to the trailer's brake lights, turn signals, and brakes. A loose or dirty connector can interrupt electrical flow. Fuses. Much like in your car, fuses protect the electrical system from surges or short circuits. Blown fuses may cut power to certain components. Lighting system. This includes brake lights, turn signals, tail lights, and side markers. These lights must be bright and consistent for safety reasons. If they flicker or dim, it's likely an electrical issue. Trailer brakes. Electric brakes are powered by the tow vehicle and controlled through the brake controller. Any interruption in this connection can lead to unsafe braking conditions. Each part serves its role, and when one fails, it can affect the whole system. How trailer electrical systems work. So, how does electricity make its way from your tow vehicle to your trailer? Think of it as a chain. Each link plays a part in keeping the current flowing. It starts with the power source in your tow vehicle, typically the battery. The electricity travels through the tow vehicle's electrical system to the trailer's plug connector. From there, it flows into the trailer wiring harness, distributing power to the lights, brakes, and any other powered components. Braking systems often rely on signals from a brake controller in the tow vehicle. When you apply the brakes, the controller sends a signal to the trailer brakes through the wiring. This coordinated system ensures the brakes on both the vehicle and trailer work at the same time. The entire process largely depends on solid connections and intact wiring. Even a small issue, like a frayed wire or corroded connector, can disrupt the system and cause malfunctions. That's why maintaining clean, secure connections is crucial. Recognizing signs of electrical problems. Trailer electrical problems don't usually pop up without warning. The key is noticing these signs early and tackling the issue before it gets worse. Here are several symptoms you should look out for. Flickering or dim lights. If your brake or tail lights aren't glowing steadily, it could point to a loose connection, damaged wiring, or a weak power supply. Non-functioning lights. If one or more lights aren't working at all, this might mean a blown fuse, a dead bulb, or corrosion in the connector. Brake issues. When the trailer brakes feel unresponsive or don't engage correctly, the problem could lie with the brake controller or wiring. Blown fuses. A constantly blown fuse can indicate a short circuit somewhere in the wiring that needs repair. Corroded or damaged connectors. These can cause intermittent or complete loss of power to the trailer. Dirt, moisture, and even road salt can create corrosion. Alarming noises or smells. Crackling sounds or a burning smell might hint at overheating wires or connectors, which could lead to bigger problems. When you encounter these signs, don't ignore them. Small problems can escalate quickly if left unchecked, costing more time and money to fix. Understanding these basics will help you pinpoint and tackle electrical issues efficiently. Being proactive also means avoiding frustrating breakdowns and staying safe on the road. Preliminary checks before troubleshooting. Before diving into detailed troubleshooting, taking a few preliminary steps can make the process smoother and save you time. Electrical problems on a trailer often stem from simple issues, like loose connections or corrosion, so it's important to rule these out first. Here's what to examine before getting into more complex diagnostics. Inspecting connections and wiring. Start with the wiring and connections. It's one of the most common trouble spots. Over time, wires can become loose, frayed, or corroded due to regular use and exposure to the elements. A quick visual inspection can often uncover obvious issues. Look for loose wires. Check that each wire is securely connected at the plug and along its path. A single loose wire can break the circuit and stop parts of your trailer's system from working. Inspect for frayed or damaged wires. Wires exposed to wear and tear may have cracks or exposed metal. These need immediate attention to prevent short circuits. Check for corrosion. Metal connectors can corrode when exposed to moisture or road salt. Look for greenish buildup or rust, particularly around the trailer's plug and connections. Keeping your wiring and connectors in good shape isn't just about fixing issues, it's about preventing new ones. Make it a habit to clean and secure these components regularly. Testing power at the tow vehicle plug. Even if everything looks fine on the trailer, a problem with your tow vehicle's plug can cut off power before it ever reaches the trailer. You can test this with a multimeter or a circuit tester. Set the multimeter to measure voltage or use a circuit tester with positive and negative probes. Insert the probes into the corresponding pins on your vehicle's connector. Each pin is responsible for powering a specific system: tail lights, brake lights, turn signals, and so on. You can find a pin diagram in your vehicle's manual. Confirm the correct voltage readings. If there's no power, the problem could be with your vehicle's fuse box, wiring, or ground connection. Testing the plug before inspecting the trailer ensures you know whether the power is even making it past the vehicle. If it's not, further troubleshooting on the trailer won't help. Checking fuses and circuit breakers. Blown fuses and tripped circuit breakers are some of the easiest electrical problems to identify. They act as safety features, cutting off power to prevent damage if there's a short or overload. Locate your fuse boxes. Check both the tow vehicle's fuse box, usually under the hood or dashboard, and any dedicated fuse panel in the trailer. Inspect each fuse. A blown fuse will often have a broken wire or a cloudy appearance. Replace it with a fuse of the same amperage rating. Look for tripped breakers. If your trailer has circuit breakers, they may need to be reset. Press the reset button or flip the breaker back to the on position. If a fuse blows repeatedly or a breaker keeps tripping, it's a sign of a more serious problem, like a shorted wire or excess current draw that requires further investigation. Examining the grounding system. The grounding system is like the foundation of your electrical setup. It ensures that circuits complete properly. A poor ground can cause flickering lights, weak brakes, or intermittent power. Check the trailer's ground wire. Look for a ground wire near the plug connection. It's often a white wire bolted to the trailer frame. Make sure it's solidly attached and free of rust or dirt. Inspect the tow vehicle's ground. The issue may also lie on the vehicle's side of the connection. Confirm that the ground pin in the vehicle's connector is clean and tightly connected. Scrape rust or paint. If the ground connections on the trailer are attached to a painted surface or a rusted area, it can interfere with conductivity. Scrape down to bare metal and reattach the grounding wire securely. A functional grounding system is critical for the flow of electricity. Even a small flaw here can disrupt the entire electrical system, so don't skip this step. By starting with these simple checks, you may be able to resolve the issue without tearing apart your trailer's electrical system. Even if deeper troubleshooting is necessary, these steps create a solid foundation for identifying the problem areas. That's it for part 1. Hopefully, you now have a better understanding of how to identify and fix some basic electrical issues. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll tackle some more advanced troubleshooting tips and solutions. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe for more automotive information like this. Thank you for watching.